Hi, I just want to make this video to show you how to meet clients' objections to close more deals more often when it comes to price, because that's the normal objection people have, is this is too much. We're going to apply 8 principles to our basic package of $199 with a 6-month commitment to help you overcome objections. First is good if you take a look at their website, if they have one, and find out what an average sale is. This way you can justify the price easier with this info, because if they get just 2 customers, if they pay us $1,200 after 6 months and they close 2 deals, each deal is worth $1,000, then that's $2,000 to them, and they're up $800. And normally companies are going to have to close more than just 2 deals in 6 months, so they're going to have to do that every month. Okay, that's how they do it. So if we can just get them 6 more deals, 8 more deals, they're way in the positive. So don't forget to tell them this, but find out what an average sale is first, and then of course don't forget to start with the $1,200. Just go ahead and run that by them first. They'll just like, wow, I can't afford that. Of course you can't afford it. That's why we've set up an easy 6-month payment plan, where you can get the service that somebody who has $1,200 up front, could normally get, but you can do it easier because you have 6 months to pay, the full amount. So don't be able to, and also this is very important. This is called damaging admission. Normally people, when they call people, sales folks call people at home and they bother them, or whatever, they're at their office and they're busy. They think that you're just going to try and make everything look great when it's really not. And so this helps to put some realism in the conversation. So say something like, I can say in all honesty, sir, ma'am, there's no way we can turn $99, $199, excuse me, this is the one we want to start with. There's no way we can turn $199 a month into $1 million, but we can definitely help you increase your sales of your products and services, So you just threw down the gauntlet right there. I mean, they can't expect, right, to make all this money back, okay? But they can expect an increase in sales. They can expect improvements in the visibility in the search engines. They can expect more conversions on their site. And like I said, if one conversion is $1,000, only needs 3 conversions, and we're paid, by the money that they made from our services. So the 8 principles. Here's some examples. Price versus cost close. And there's two types of money. There's price and then there's cost. So if I pay you $199 a month for 6 months, I paid you $1,200 total after 6 months. But the cost, however, is $6 a day. Okay, with some change. So it's like $6 and some change. So this is a way to reframe it. You don't have to tell them $6 a day. You can tell them $50 a week, right? Because it's $199. You can tell them it's $100 biweekly. You can just put it in the most pleasing context that you have. Also, price versus cost. Okay, so price is how much it costs right now. Cost is how much will it cost me over time. So the first one is the one people are obsessed with, this. They never think about this. They just think about how much it's going to cost right now. Tell them that since we're willing to put them on a payment plan, that we're thinking in the cost sense, and price is $1,200, but the cost to you, sir, is only $200 per month. Normally, it would be $400 a month, or maybe even $500 a month. SEO firms charge way more than we charge, than we're charging for this special deal, and it is a special deal. I want everybody to know this. This is not normal operating procedure for Ranking Ace. So you have to tell the customer this. Tell them that we need testimonials and other social proof from our customers that we're pleasing and that we're doing a good job for, because we know we can turn around and use those testimonials as a way to boost our sales and to cut down on marketing and advertising. That's a good reason right there. We're looking to save money on advertising, and we want your testimonial. Tell them this. We want your testimonial. So don't be afraid to tell them this, and be blunt about it. How much it costs right now? It costs $1,200. What's the price right now? It costs, keep using that word, the price is $1,200. The cost over time is $200 a month. Okay, now let's take this even further. But let's say that they're still getting leads from our stuff after a year. So over a 12-month period, $1,200 would have been $100 a month. So the more our services stay effective for the customer, the less cost to them the service is. So if they're still getting leads after 2 years using our services and they pay us for 6 months, that's $50 a month. Would you pay $50 a month to have leads coming in for free? I mean, you don't have to pay for cost per click. You don't have to do any of this stuff. It's your people are finding you in the search engines. That's where we put you. So price versus cost. So price, price is something, that you're going to pay right now. Another good example is say, and I'm just going to go through this real quick. When comparing headphones, for your Walkman or for your iPod, in order to make correct purchase, you have to differentiate between this. So price is a one-time thing, which you can pay when you make your purchase, okay, which is this here. So it's something that you can pay when you purchase. So when you purchase our services, yes, it's going to be $1,200, but we're going to reduce it to $199 a month for 6 months, okay? And here's another idea, and please take note of this, okay? The customer you can also say, if it's easier for you, then we can do $99 a month times 6 months. Times 12 months, right? Because that'll be the same amount. Okay, so you can give them 12 months if they want on a $199 package. Just give them 12 months, break their payments down to $99. But make sure you get a commitment for the entire time. These two places here, these need to be locked down. Okay, so they have to commit to 12 months. Okay, you could even do 24 months at $50 a month if you wanted to. Okay, again, make it affordable. This I don't recommend. If you have to, we can work it out somehow. We'll have to talk further about it. But you could offer, this, for $49 a month. Same outcome, same total, $1,200 after 2 years. We could even charge them interest, because we're putting ourselves out there, $50 a month. So maybe with interest it'll be $60 a month, something like that. Give us a little premium, and give the salespeople a bonus as well. So the cost, you could say, is $6 if you want to break it down, to the minute, the day, the hour. How much per week, bi-weekly, semi-annually, yearly. And remember, we can go up to 2 years. But just tell me if you're going to do that. So price, again, I'm sorry I'm jumping around a little bit. Price is how much it costs right now, and cost is how much will it cost me over time. If I buy a vacuum cleaner for $40 and it breaks in 2 weeks, I pay $20 a week for that. If I buy a vacuum cleaner I invest more money, okay, this is what people have problems with. You want a good vacuum cleaner that's going to last, it's $100. $100, okay. So I spent $100 on a vacuum cleaner, it lasts 5 years. So if I spend, I'm just doing a calculation here. So if I spend $100 on a vacuum cleaner and it lasts me 5 years, I pay $1.60 a month. So this is how you must frame things in the customer's mind in order for them to understand over time, even after we're finished with our work, they will still get leads. And if their average sale, is $2,500, then they just need one, boom. But it's important you get this information up front. That is how much their average sale is. This is your bargaining chip with them, okay? Because they don't want you to know that. So try and find out how much their average sale is. Okay, so let's so price versus cost. I hope this is clear. I also am sending an attached video for Ranking Ace as well that talks about these closes. I just wanted to do it on our packages. Reducing the expense. This was where I said, tell them, $6 a day, right? $6 a day, and that's how much our program costs if you do it for 6 months. $199 for 6 months is $6 and some change per day. If you go 12 months, then it's $3 and some change per day. If you go 24 months, $1.50 a day. That's like less than a cup of coffee, man. I mean, they can afford this. We just need to finance it right for them. So payment plans can be adjusted, but let's work with $199 only and higher if possible. If they want to go down to $99, extend. Okay, if they say, I can only afford $99 a month, I'm not paying $199, it's too much for right now. Then you say, okay, well, let's go ahead and extend the contract to 12-month, 1-year commitment. So we still get paid and you still get the service. See? You see how I just totally obliterated like I want to go down to $99. Fine, let's extend the contract. So you can get the same products and services for a lesser payment. Okay? So reducing the expense is just putting it in, weekly terms, how much it's costing per week, how much it costs per day, etc. So let's go to the next one. So Benjamin Franklin close. Benjamin Franklin close is basically come up with a list of benefits. I think I sent you guys benefits. And what you want to do is you want the customer, tell the customer to do this on the phone. I mean, if they'll do it, tell them that you need them to write this down because you don't want them to forget the benefits. And so, you can write it down as well as send them the proposal. But this is more of a sales tool to get them to convert. And basically what you do is you get them to write a line down the middle of a piece of paper and put good and then bad on the other column. So 2 columns, 1 good, 1 bad. And then in the good column, you tell them what to put. So you have the benefits in front of you. You say, increase your authority and credibility in the eyes of your customers, right? Second benefit, don't have to pay for clicks because you're in the organic results. Third benefit, etc., and so on. Then you fill up the good column, and then you say, okay, now, Mr. Customer, if you want to see if you can beat my benefits in the good column with the bad column, go ahead and see how many drawbacks they can come up with, and take note of the drawbacks because this is probably something other customers will have a problem with as well, other objections you'll need to overcome. But if you have more in the good column than in the bad column, logic tells you, right? And it tells them, once they get done filling it out, that they should go ahead and do it because there's more benefits, there's more pros than cons. So they're gonna want to go with it. Okay, so let's go to the next one here. Budget close. Some companies have, they have like $5,000 set aside for X, whatever it is. Or let's say they have $1,000 set aside. It's good to ask early in the conversation if they do have a budget. And we already went over this. But the magic words are, do you have a budget for this project? And then when they say yes, if they say yes, normally they will say yes, you say these words exactly. Would you mind sharing with me what that number is? I've tried it, a bunch of different combinations, that works the best. Would you mind sharing with me what that number is? Would you mind sharing with me what that number is, sir or ma'am? And sometimes they will share it with you. Okay, and if they do, then you know their budget. Of course, we've already talked about this. Then they're qualified, and they've already committed verbally to you, which means that if we do have to set up a proposal, then we'll just put 3 packages, small, medium, and large, put the price they said as the medium. It's done. Okay, so sometimes we have to adjust. But $199 is our target, and hopefully, it will be able to upsell other stuff too. Okay, this next one is probably the most important, and it's the one most people don't talk about. There are 3 things that everybody wants in a product. The first is quality. When you look for a product, you want quality. You want good service. And you want lowest cost. Okay? But no company can give you all three of these. Okay? You're going to have to sacrifice one of them. And if you sacrifice lowest cost, okay, and you go, no company can offer you good quality and good service for the lowest cost. It's just impossible. And your question to the customer is if you were to sacrifice one of these things, which one will you sacrifice? Quality, service, or the lowest price? I mean, remind them if they go to the store and they buy a cheap exercise bike and it breaks in 2 days, then they got the lowest price. But the lowest price isn't always good. It doesn't always deliver good service and good quality. Just remind them of this. You cannot have all three. And if do you want to sacrifice good service? Because we can do that. We can sacrifice our service. We won't check up on you, and just start taking things away from them. Just say, we won't call you. We were going to call you every week, but now we're not going to. Okay, so no service. And quality, we're going to do a really bad job, so you can pay us what you want to pay us. See how that doesn't make sense? So customers want all three. I think you simply can't. There's shades of gray here. So quality and good service, this is what people want. They want these two things. If they sacrifice, and if they go with lowest cost, then they're going to have to take quality away, or they're going to have to take good service away. So if they keep saying, I want the lowest price, I want to give you a penny, and I'd like $100 in return, just say, look, if we do that with you, then you can't have good service or good quality. Okay? In fact, just give me the penny, and I'll give it right back. It's ridiculous. So quality, service, and cost, lowest cost. Okay, people want quality service, yet no company can offer all three. Challenge them to find a company that can offer all three. They will not be able to find one. So if you can prove through your benefits, through the other things, you can combine these closes down here. You can use different ones together, right? You can use all 10 of them, or all 8 of them. So that's the most important one, I think, because most people know the price of everything and the value of nothing. Major benefit and minor objection clause. When I was a real estate, I'll just give you an example. If, say, for instance, we have when I was a real estate agent, say there was a house for $120,000. The people liked it. They said it was nice. They were interested in buying it. They looked through the whole place, and then they got to the last bedroom, and it was too small. There wasn't enough room, in the last bed. All the rest of the house was perfect. The last bedroom, I don't like the wallpaper in here, right? Stupid reason. But people, they make the decision based on, and so you could say, and what I'd say is, I'll have the walls done however you want. As the agent, I will pay for that. Okay? I mean, not saying that we should pay for that, but I guess what I'm trying to say here is that, are you going to let a few inches in the bedroom, a few feet by the window, interfere with the overall warmth of your family home here? Is what's more important? Your family feeling warm and at home, or a few extra feet by the window over here? So you're throwing down the gauntlet again. You're getting them to think reasonably. People want everything to be perfect all the time. And, things happen, things come up, people, life isn't perfect. So, but people want it to be perfect, they want to be just like the TV. So you really try and make them think critically about, look, are you going to let the rest of your family or your kids love it here? Your husband loves the shed in the back so he can go out there and work on his tool set or whatever. And you're worried about a crack in the cupboard. What? It's ridiculous. I'll pay for the crack. In fact, I'll buy new cupboards for you. Okay? It's ridiculous. So get them to think rationally about that. Also, the next one is a good one. And this is the one I've been telling you guys about as far as, telling the customer, this is a special deal. This is something that Ranking Ace doesn't usually offer. This is a timed, limited, special offer. This is not something that's going to be around 5 years from now. I'm not going to, go back and look at your dusty proposal. Okay, it's not going to be there anymore. So you got to tell them, you have 72 hours, or however long. I think 72 hours is reasonable. Or the offer expires, and then it's not completely over because we can renegotiate a new offer, but it might be at a higher price. Because we're only giving this, say, to 30 people. And then once we fill all the slots, then it's over. And we sent out 100 emails yesterday to people that we've done business with before. And if 30 of them respond, which we'll probably get more than that, like 70 have already responded, and all 30 slots get filled up, well, you're out of luck. Unless you respond before 72 hours. We should be stern about this, okay? You don't have to make this your number one sales technique, but, put some scarcity in there, okay? This isn't going to be around forever. Show them the prices on the website, on rankingace.com. Take them to pricing. Type in Ranking Ace as the password. Show them the special pricing. Say, look, it's going to be $500. I'm offering this to you, okay, a smaller package, but then we're just going to snap it up to regular, and it's going to be $400, and you can't afford $400, and we want to make it work for you. Just always be saying, we want to make this work, but if you can't work with us, then we kind of can't work with you, and just keep reminding them. And then the last one is the Law of 10, this one down there. Law of 10 basically says, think 10 years in advance. If I can make 10 times the amount of money that I'm investing this year, okay, and in this case it's $1,200 in 6 months, or $1,200, $99 a month, cut in half for 12 months. So if I spend $1,200 in 1 year, do you think that you could make, 10 times as much money as $1,200 in the next 10 years? Because if the answer is no, then I don't know what you're doing in business. And maybe you don't either, and maybe your wife doesn't know either. Maybe you should go tell her, because you're not making enough money. So Law of 10 is very important, has to happen. The 10 is a very good number to use with people. Everyone understands 10. Most things are based on a factor of 10. And the Law of 10 is a very popular, well-known sales close. Law of 10. All investors use it in Wall Street. Ken Strong uses it at Alzheimer's Association, or used it when he was CEO there, and people at the Parkinson's Foundation use it. Any major company is going to use the Law of 10 to determine quick decisions, and you can combine the inflation close, major benefit, minor objection. So major benefit, remember, with the house was that it's going to be a warm place for your family. That's the major benefit here, and the minor objection was a few more feet in the bedroom. Big deal. Right? So you're comparing the major benefit with their minor objection. And you can compare apples to oranges here. Go ahead. Just make sure the benefit is really what they want. And then you can combine all this stuff. You can use all of them in conjunction together. Get creative. Use these together. It's not that hard to apply. I think the first one here is the one you got to get over first. So I think by establishing looking at their site, justifying the price of their average sale. Like the detailing guy, the detailing shop, Man Cave, or whatever that was. You're detailing a Porsche, it's probably going to be $1,000, and you're complaining about giving me $199 a month, and here you are closing 1,000, like 4 or 5 times a day. That's $5,000 a day, and you can't afford $199. Come on. For a couple more sales? What if I get you, 10 more sales in the next 6 months? That's $10,000, sir. You got to talk finances, numbers, and mathematics with these people, because that's the only way they're going to listen. That's the only way they're going to listen. That helps at the end to do that. Of course, people react, to emotional stuff, but it's the logical part that closes the deal. And these are all logic. They're all based on logic. It's not emotion. So you could be a great salesperson, bring people in, but if you can't justify with logic or help them justify it with logic, then the sale probably won't happen. So these are 8 techniques that I use. And I used to get $1,500 a month clients, $1,000 a month clients, $499 a month clients. I had several $499s. I had 3 $999s, and I had 2 $1,500 recurring monthly. Okay, So I know these closings can work, and you're doing 199, man. So it shouldn't be that hard. You guys should be able to create enough value. If the customer doesn't see the value and doesn't see the benefit, they're not going to buy it. So make sure you tell them the benefit, and make sure you tell them, the value to them. Find out what they value. Find out what they value. Ask them questions. Let them talk. Remember, just let them talk. The longer they're on the phone with you, the more comfortable they're going to feel with you. If they feel pressured, or if the greeting hasn't taken place and they're still nervous after 5 minutes, they're not going to want to talk to you anymore. And of course, you know this stuff. If you're a good salesperson, you know this stuff. The longer someone spends on the phone talking to you, even if they're talking about nothing interesting, okay, they will feel more comfortable, because it's just being on the phone. So if you're matter of fact, talk to them like, across the table at cocktail hour, this is how you want to be very casual, very matter of fact. Yeah, I understand your problems. I understand your problems you're having, and we can't solve all their problems, but we can help you solve this one. So if you have any questions, give me a call back, Danny, and and share this with whoever you need to.